Napoleon Hill's Golden Rules offers a wide array of tips and life hacks to improve your life and bring you closer to realizing your goals. Author Napoleon Hill developed his techniques, many of which stem from the power of positive thinking, nearly a century ago, but they're still the cornerstone of many of today's self-help and personal development theories. Napoleon Hill's Golden Rules. Napoleon Hill, one of the original self-improvement gurus, revolutionized the genre with his timeless insights into personal success. His books, despite being published in the 1920s and 30s, continue to resonate with readers today, solidifying his position as a pioneer in the field of motivational literature. Hill's ideas persist because they transcend time. They are based on fundamental aspects of human nature and behavior that remain relevant regardless of the era. One of Hill's core beliefs was that success is not predicated on inherent talent or intelligence. Instead, he argued that with determination, perseverance, and the right mental attitude, anyone could develop the skills necessary to achieve their goals. Hill's teachings focus heavily on the power of thought and its ability to shape one's reality. He proposed that by mastering our thoughts and developing positive habits, we could transform our lives in profound ways. Throughout his work, Hill introduces various techniques that emphasize the importance of mental discipline and positive thinking. He argues that these practices, when consistently applied, can lead to the development of new skills and habits that inject energy and action into our daily lives. The lessons derived from Hill's teachings are as relevant today as they were nearly a century ago, providing a blueprint for anyone seeking to achieve personal and professional success. In the following chapters, we will explore key principles from Hill's teachings, including how to create a life through positive thinking, how to harness the power of autosuggestion and imagination, and why it's essential to develop self-confidence and strong memory techniques. Chapter 1. Creating your life through thought, the pathway to transformative success. Have you ever encountered someone who seems to exude self-confidence and succeed effortlessly at everything they attempt? Perhaps you've envied their apparent ease and wondered what their secret might be. According to Napoleon Hill, this secret is not an inherent quality, but something that can be cultivated by anyone: the power of thought. Hill believed that our thoughts are the primary tools we use to create our lives. The quality of our thoughts directly influences the quality of our lives, and by consciously shaping our thoughts, we can mold our reality to align with our desires and goals. One powerful technique that Hill advocated for is autosuggestion, which involves deliberately feeding our minds with inspiring thoughts and images to influence our subconscious mind. Key message: we create our lives through our thoughts, which can lead to transformative success. Hill practiced autosuggestion through a unique exercise he called imaginary meetings. Each night, he would spend an hour envisioning himself in conversation with historical figures he admired, such as Abraham Lincoln, Socrates, Napoleon, and Aristotle. During these imaginary meetings, Hill would focus on the specific characteristics of these individuals that he wished to emulate. For instance, he admired Lincoln's fairness, courage, and innovative spirit, and by visualizing these traits, Hill sought to internalize and adopt them as his own. This practice of autosuggestion was not merely a fanciful exercise, but a powerful tool for personal transformation. Hill found that by consistently focusing on these inspiring thoughts, he was able to overcome his fears and develop the qualities necessary for success. One of the most significant areas where Hill applied autosuggestion was in public speaking, a skill that initially terrified him. Through the power of autosuggestion, Hill was able to reframe his fear of public speaking and focus on embodying the qualities of successful orators, such as the abolitionist clergyman Henry Ward Beecher. Within a week of practicing this technique, Hill delivered a speech that earned him a standing ovation and a return invitation. A year later, he was touring the country as one of the most sought-after speakers in the United States, even receiving an award for a speech he delivered at a convention in Pittsburgh in 1920. This transformation was made possible through the power of thought and the consistent application of autosuggestion. Chapter 2. Learning Persuasion from Shakespeare, the Art of Gaining Confidence. Developing great ideas is one thing, convincing others of their value is another. Often the latter is the more challenging task, requiring not just logical arguments, but also emotional appeal and persuasive communication. Hill suggests that one of the best teachers in the art of persuasion is not a business guru, but the great playwright William Shakespeare. In his play Julius Caesar, Shakespeare provides a masterclass in persuasion through the character of Mark Antony. Following the assassination of Caesar, Mark Antony is tasked with swaying the crowd's opinion in favor of Caesar. Despite Brutus's compelling argument that Caesar's death was necessary for Rome's well-being. Key message: Shakespeare teaches us how to gain anyone's confidence, a key to success. Mark Antony's approach is brilliant in its subtlety. Instead of directly contradicting Brutus, he begins by agreeing with him, thus gaining the crowd's trust. Antony then gradually introduces new ideas, highlighting Caesar's contributions to Rome and his generosity as evidenced by his will, which bequeaths his wealth to the Roman people. As Antony's speech progresses, his tone shifts from genuine praise of Brutus to irony, eventually leading the crowd to condemn Brutus for his betrayal. This method of persuasion, starting by taking the other person's side and then gently guiding them to a new perspective, is highly effective. It allows the persuader to build rapport and trust before introducing new ideas. This technique can be easily applied in the professional world, particularly in fields like law, sales, and negotiation. Hill recounts observing a lawyer who effectively used this Shakespearean technique in a courtroom. The lawyer began his address to the jury by acknowledging the strengths of the opposing side's arguments, which immediately gained the jury's confidence. Only after establishing this trust did the lawyer begin to dismantle the flaws in the opposition's case, ultimately prevailing in the trial. This example demonstrates the power of persuasion when it is built on empathy, understanding, and strategic communication. Chapter 3. The Power of Positive Suggestions, Enhancing Performance and Well-Being. Criticism and negative feedback are rarely effective motivators. Hill understood that if you want someone to improve their performance, positive reinforcement is far more effective than harsh criticism. This principle is particularly important in the workplace, where the right words can significantly impact employee performance and morale. Key message: positive suggestions can improve performance at work and even make people healthier. Hill shares the story of a manager who never criticized his employees. Instead, the manager made it a point to walk through the office, complimenting each worker for their good work. While doing so, he would subtly suggest that they could do even better if they put in a little more effort. This approach was far more effective than criticizing poor performance, as it motivated employees to strive for excellence without feeling demoralized. On one occasion, the manager had to deal with an employee whose efficiency had declined significantly. Rather than reprimanding the employee, the manager placed his hand on the employee's shoulder and expressed how impressed he was with the improvement he had seen in the past. The manager's positive reinforcement had an immediate effect. By the end of the day, the employee's efficiency had increased by 25%. The power of positive suggestion is not limited to the workplace. It can also be a powerful tool in sales and even in improving one's health. For instance, Hill knew a doctor who used positive suggestions to aid his patients' recovery. By convincing patients that their health was improving, the doctor was able to accelerate their healing process. Patients suffering from conditions like pneumonia began to show signs of recovery simply because they believed in the positive suggestions given by the doctor. In sales, positive suggestion can be a subtle yet powerful tool. When introducing a new product, a salesperson might suggest that the customer will naturally recognize the product's usefulness due to its many features. This approach makes the customer feel as though they arrived at the decision to purchase the product on their own, without being overtly influenced by the salesperson. Chapter 4. Harnessing Prayer and the Law of Retaliation in Business. When most people think of prayer, they might envision it as a spiritual practice reserved for personal or religious matters. However, Hill believed that prayer could also be a practical tool for improving business performance. To Hill, prayer is simply a focused thought or intention sent out into the universe, which can influence outcomes in various aspects of life, including business. Key message: use the power of prayer and the law of retaliation for better business deals. Hill recounts a time when he was negotiating a business deal and the potential partner initially rejected his offer. Rather than giving up, Hill sent out a prayer, asking that the partner reconsider and accept the deal. Remarkably, just 2 minutes later, the partner changed his mind and agreed to the terms. Hill viewed this as evidence of the power of focused intention, or prayer, in achieving business success. In addition to prayer, Hill emphasized the importance of the law of retaliation, which states that people will respond to you in the same manner that you treat them. This principle is based on the idea that positive actions toward others will be met with positive responses, while negative actions will provoke negative reactions. For example, if you want someone to give you something, the best approach is to offer them something first. This principle can be observed in everyday interactions, such as a boy offering a snack to his friend, who then reciprocates by sharing his own snack. This same dynamic applies in business. If you want a colleague to recommend you to one of their business partners, start by speaking highly of that colleague to your own contacts. By offering something of value first, you create a sense of goodwill that encourages others to reciprocate. Hill's approach to business emphasizes the importance of positive interactions and the power of focused intention. By using prayer to align your thoughts with your goals and applying the law of retaliation to foster positive relationships, you can create a supportive environment that enhances your chances of success. Chapter 5. Building Self-Confidence Through Affirmation. Material wealth and happiness are two primary goals that many people strive for throughout their lives. According to Hill, these goals can be attained through the development of one key characteristic: self-confidence. Without self-confidence, achieving success in any area of life becomes an uphill battle. Key message: self-confidence is an important part of success and can be improved through affirmation. Self-confidence is crucial because it is the foundation upon which all other success-building traits are built. Without self-confidence, you are unlikely to take the risks necessary to seize opportunities, innovate, or pursue your goals with conviction. Hill believed that self-confidence is not something you are born with, but rather something that can be cultivated through deliberate practice. One of the most effective ways to develop self-confidence, according to Hill, is through the use of affirmations. Affirmations are positive statements that you repeat to yourself until they become ingrained in your subconscious mind. These statements help to reprogram your mind, replacing negative thoughts and beliefs with positive, empowering ones. Here are some powerful affirmations suggested by Hill. I know that I can accomplish anything I set out to do. I know that if I truly believe this and act accordingly, success will be mine. I know that whatever I think eventually takes a material form in the physical world, which is why I can think my way to success. Every day I will think of the person I want to be until the image is so detailed that it can become reality. From now on, I will start by planning exactly what I want to do, and then I will focus entirely on this plan until it has become reality. By practicing these affirmations daily, you can gradually build self-confidence and transform your life. Hill's own success as a public speaker and author is a testament to the power of affirmation. Through consistent practice, he was able to overcome his fears and develop the self-confidence needed to achieve his goals. Chapter 6. Developing Helpful Habits Through Autosuggestion. Persistence is a key ingredient in the recipe for success. However, persistence often requires willpower, which can be difficult to maintain, especially when faced with challenges or setbacks. Fortunately, there is a way to develop persistence without relying solely on willpower, by cultivating helpful habits through autosuggestion. Key message: autosuggestion can assist in the development of helpful habits. Habits are powerful because they allow us to perform tasks automatically, without the need for conscious effort. By turning positive behaviors into habits, you can make progress toward your goals without depleting your willpower. For example, if you have a habit of waking up early, exercising, and reading every morning, you start your day on a productive note without having to muster the motivation to do so each time. Autosuggestion plays a crucial role in habit formation. By repeatedly visualizing and affirming the behavior you want to cultivate, you can reinforce it in your subconscious mind, making it easier to turn that behavior into a habit. For example, if you want to develop the habit of waking up early, you can use autosuggestion to help your mind and body align with this goal. Several times a day, take a few minutes to imagine yourself waking up feeling energized, well-rested, and ready to start the day. Visualize every detail of the process, from the moment your alarm goes off to the moment you step out of bed. By consistently practicing this visualization, you send a powerful message to your subconscious mind, making it more likely that you will naturally wake up early and feel motivated to start your day. Over time, these positive behaviors become ingrained habits, freeing up your willpower for other tasks. This allows you to maintain persistence and make steady progress toward your goals, even when faced with challenges or obstacles. Chapter 7. The Influence of Environment on Success, Creating a Supportive Surrounding. Your environment plays a significant role in shaping your thoughts, behaviors, and ultimately your success. Hill believed that the people and circumstances you surround yourself with have a profound impact on your ability to achieve your goals. Therefore, it's essential to create an environment that supports your aspirations and removes any negative influences that could hold you back. Key message: we should fill our environment with positive influences and remove negative influences. It's no coincidence that students who attend top schools often go on to become leaders in their fields. These institutions create an environment that fosters success by surrounding students with like-minded peers, knowledgeable mentors, and abundant resources. Similarly, if you want to achieve success in your own life, you should seek out environments that are conducive to your goals. If you aspire to be a successful business executive, it makes sense to spend time in places where successful business people gather, such as professional networking events, industry conferences, or executive clubs. By surrounding yourself with individuals who share your goals and values, you increase your chances of developing the habits, mindset, and connections necessary for success. Conversely, it's important to avoid environments filled with negativity, defeatism, or toxic attitudes. These negative influences can sabotage your progress by planting seeds of doubt or discouragement in your mind. Instead, choose to associate with people who uplift and inspire you, and who encourage you to pursue your dreams with confidence. Hill also recognized the importance of environment in other areas of society, particularly in the prison system. He observed that the harsh and corrupting environments in prisons often prevent inmates from rehabilitating and reintegrating into society. Rather than placing inmates in conditions that breed violence and hopelessness, Hill advocated for creating environments focused on education, skill development, and positive reinforcement. By providing inmates with opportunities to learn and grow, society could reduce crime and help former prisoners become productive members of the community. Chapter 8. Strengthening Memory and Sharpening Observation Skills. A sharp memory and keen observation skills are invaluable assets in both personal and professional life. Hill recognized that memory, like any other skill, can be developed and strengthened through practice. By improving your memory and observation skills, you can enhance your ability to learn, recall important information, and build stronger connections with others. Key message: tips for strengthening memory include techniques that also sharpen powers of observation. Memory lapses can be embarrassing, especially in social or professional settings. For example, forgetting someone's name shortly after being introduced can create awkward situations and hinder your ability to build rapport. Fortunately, Hill provides practical tips for improving memory that can help you avoid such scenarios. The first step in strengthening your memory is to pay closer attention. Many memory lapses occur simply because we are not fully present in the moment. To improve your memory, make a conscious effort to focus on the person or information you want to remember. When meeting someone new, take the time to look at them carefully and form a full impression of their appearance, demeanor, and voice. By engaging your senses, you create stronger mental associations that make it easier to recall the person's name later. The second step is to create mental associations. When you hear someone's name, try to associate it with something familiar, such as a person you already know, a place, or a favorite food. For instance, if you meet someone named Claire, you might associate her name with a chocolate eclair. This playful mental connection can make the name more memorable and easier to recall. The third step is to use repetition. Repeating someone's name several times immediately after being introduced can reinforce the memory in your mind. Additionally, recalling the name periodically over the next few days can further solidify it in your memory. Hill also emphasizes the importance of sharpening your observation skills. A keen sense of observation can enhance your memory by helping you notice and retain more details. One effective exercise for improving observation skills is to practice recalling the details of a room you've just left. Enter a room, observe everything carefully, and then leave the room and write down everything you remember. Repeating this exercise with different rooms will help you develop sharper observational skills and a stronger memory. Chapter 9. Putting Hill's Principles into Practice. Napoleon Hill's teachings offer a comprehensive guide to personal and professional success. By understanding and applying these principles, you can create a life of purpose, fulfillment, and achievement. Whether you are working to improve your self-confidence, develop positive habits, or cultivate a supportive environment, the lessons from Hill's work provide practical tools that can be implemented in everyday life. Key message: now that you know the golden rules of success, it's time to start putting them to work for you. Hill's emphasis on the power of thought, positive reinforcement, and personal responsibility serves as a reminder that success is not a matter of luck or circumstance, but a result of deliberate effort and mental discipline. By consistently practicing the techniques outlined in his work, you can transform your thoughts into actions and turn your dreams into reality. One of the most important takeaways from Hill's teachings is the idea that success is a journey, not a destination. The principles of success are not one-time solutions, but ongoing practices that require dedication and perseverance. As you continue on your path to success, remember to stay focused on your goals, maintain a positive mindset, and embrace the challenges that come your way as opportunities for growth. By putting Hill's principles into practice, you can unlock your full potential and create a life that is rich in purpose, fulfillment, and success. So take these lessons to heart, apply them in your daily life, and watch as your efforts lead to the realization of your most ambitious dreams.